everybody. Welcome back to One True Collector. I'm D. Viper, your host, and this is going to be our very first Kiss episode. Most everything you'll see in the episode today is going to be about Kiss collectibles. This is a very small fraction of what's in the One True Collector Museum that's part of our Kiss collection. Although it kind of looks like a bunch of stuff, it is kind of just scraping the surface because we're huge Kiss fans here. There's a ton of rock collectibles here. Of course, if you're into collecting anything, if it's music collectibles, if it's movie collectibles, if it's sports memorabilia, antiques, classic cars, old photographs and newspapers, just about anything, you'll find a little bit of it here in the One True Collector Museum. In any case, today is the first Kiss episode of probably quite a few, and we do have a giveaway a little bit later, so just stick around. A lot of the stuff today is Kiss store display memorabilia that was on display originally in the 70s in record stores and other places that sold Kiss merchandise. So a lot of this stuff is stuff that you're not going to find very commonly in the collecting world because there just wasn't that much made. It had to have been acquired by somebody who got it from the store, and a lot of this stuff was thrown away. So let's start taking a look at some of this stuff and see what you think. First of all, let's take a look at this Kiss Double Platinum three-dimensional display. This would have hung from the ceiling, and it's a chrome cardboard three-dimensional display that would have hung from the ceiling for the Kiss Double Platinum release of that album. I've only seen of these, I've really only seen the one side flat without the piece in the middle, so I don't know if they've been divided up by most collectors. But this particular one, it's two-sided, and again, it's got that three-dimensional look in the middle. And have no idea what the value of that is because I've only really seen one of them. The single-sided ones go for a mint on eBay and other places like that. Next, we have a Kiss tour book. This is a pretty cool tour book. I'll thumb through it a little bit and maybe show you a few of the pages on the display table. But we have a few of these tour books in the collection. This is just the one that I thought I'd bring out this time. And it's a pretty cool collectible. So yeah, that's the Kiss tour book. There's the back of it, Kiss Army. And the next thing here was something that was probably during the same time frame as that tour book. I believe it was during the release of Rock and Roll Over, possibly. You would have found this marking the Kiss section in the record store album shelves. You would have flipped through the records. This would have been at the back, broadcasting the Kiss logo above the albums. And then when you flip to the very back, it has all of the albums. It has the the first self-titled album, Hotter Than Hell, Dressed to Kill, Alive, Destroyer, the originals, which we'll get to here in a little bit, and Rock and Roll Over. So that's a pretty cool piece. It's single-sided, but it's pretty awesome. Next, I'd like to show you this three-dimensional Kiss Unmasked display. It's got the Unmasked album on one side. On the top and bottom, it has a Kiss logo. And then on the other side, it has pretty much all the same albums along with the Kiss logo and sort of a fire and lightning and blood splash there. All the album covers up into the Unmasked album. So this is a really cool one. It's a 12 by 12, so it's the size of an album cover. This would have been on a shelf or possibly hanging from the ceiling at your record store. And now we're going to have a fair amount of stuff also from the solo albums period. This is another one of those displays that would have been hanging from the ceiling probably, or maybe tacked to the wall. It's two-sided, and you can see it features all four of the album cover faces from the solo albums. This one's got a little bit of damage, that's the way we got it, but it's actually, for its age, in really good condition. This is a silver embossed foam core mounted board that has the Kiss logo 3 times. It's got punched holes in the top and bottom, so several of them could be strung together. They could have been hung from the ceiling. It's another Kiss display that would have been in the record stores. If any of you know what the vintage of this is or where it came from, please feel free to let us know. Feel free to comment in the comment section below and let us know. Next, we've got a whole stack of Kiss vinyl records to look at. I thought the very first one I would show you is this Paul Stanley solo album that's autographed. There's a few pieces of autographed memorabilia here in the One True Collector Museum. We do have the photo of Paul Stanley signing it at a Peaches Records in Seattle. That kind of keeps the originality, proves its originality, so we're going to kind of keep that with the record. There's some pretty cool stuff here. This is not all the Kiss vinyl in our collection, but it's a lot of it. We have the first Kiss self-titled album. This is one that does have Kissing Time on it, so it's got that extra track on there. Hotter Than Hell, of course. The second copy is it's a standee, and there's several of these in here. We'll give you a close-up of this, but it's got a punched-out back that has an easel back punched into it from the factory. It's not really got vinyl in it. It was a display. So we've got a lot of these display pieces in here along with the rest. And of course we've got Dressed to Kill. This is one of the later releases that contains the hit single Rock and Roll All Night sticker on it. And now this is Kiss the Originals. Kiss the Originals is basically a box set. It's an early box set that has the first self-titled album, Hotter Than Hell, and Dressed to Kill all in it. It came packaged with some cool stuff inside. This is a special promotional release that's not for sale promotional release. A special Kiss album for their summer tour featuring cuts for all formats. So it's basically a radio release to help promote Kiss with some of their big hits on it. Then, of course, we have Alive. Of course, this one has the tour booklet and all of that stuff in it. Second copy of Alive that didn't have the stuff in it. That's just basically the playing copy. So because we listen to vinyl here a lot in the One True Collector Museum. Destroyer. We all know about the classic Destroyer. And then we have Rock and Roll Over, of course. And then we've got Love Gun, a copy that actually has the pop gun in it. And this is a Love Gun copy with the standee punch out in the back. Alive 2, of course, with all the inserts in it. Double platinum, and this does contain the double platinum extra record, the little double platinum record that they gave to fans. And then here we start to have the solo albums. We got the Gene Simmons solo album. This is the Gene Simmons standee pop out with again the easel back. We've got the Paul Stanley solo album and the Paul Stanley pop out easel back display. Ace Frehley solo album, of course. And here's the copy of Ace Frehley solo album with the standee pop out in the back. And the very first Kiss record that ever came into our collection, the Peter Criss solo album. That was given to me by a friend of my mom's who worked at the library. And like a lot of people, they were getting rid of copies of the Peter Criss solo album. I loved the heck out of it, and it started me on a long road of loving Kiss. And here, of course, is the pop-out back from the Peter Criss display. This is a maxi single that's got several songs. I think it's like 2 or 3 songs from each of the solo albums, kind of a rare release. This is the German release of the best of the solo albums. You can see the European Kiss logo, and it's the best of the solo albums. Then, of course, Dynasty. It's got a couple of songs that are going down a different road for Kiss, but I haven't really met a Kiss song I didn't like. Then we've got Unmasked. Creatures of the Night with the original blue cover. Music from the Elder, definitely not Kiss's most popular record, but one that I like a lot. Then we have this, which is a Japanese release of Kiss Killers. Not available in the US generally. This particular one is from Japan, has a couple extra tracks. We've got Kiss Lick It Up, Japanese release with the Japanese makeup cover. Animalize. And then, of course, we have Asylum. And we have Smashes, Thrashes, and Hits. So, it's time for the Kiss giveaway. First, I'll show you a little bit better original condition of the Kiss giveaway. This is not one that we're giving away. This is the one that's in our permanent collection. This is again from the Kiss solo albums. This is an arrow display that would hang from the ceiling. And this is not in perfect condition. It's got a little bit of dog-eared corners, but it's got the arrows on the side. It's a two-sided display that would hang from the ceiling from this grommet. And, it's not in perfect condition, but I haven't hardly seen any others of these available for sale. So, pretty rare piece. And since we have two of them in the collection, this is the one we're going to give away. It does have the points broken off. Some of the corners are actually in a little bit better condition. But again, it's two-sided. It's the arrow display. And we're going to do the same thing we usually do. We're going to go ahead and roll a set of percentile dice out of an adventure game and determine how many comments there will be in the comments section when we choose a random person out of those comments for the giveaway. That's a pretty big piece, so there'll be a little bit of postage to take care of for whoever is going to receive this. But that's the giveaway. Comment in the comment section below. Let us know what you want to see on here or what you think of the show. And once we reach that secret number, we will pick a random person and give this away. And we'll contact you to get your information, and we'll have you pay for shipping and get this shipped to you. Now, since we've been hitting on all the KISS stuff, I wanted to show you another local band shirt. We try and throw in some local music stuff all the time. This particular one is a Forced Entry t-shirt. It's a local Seattle thrash band from the 80s called Forced Entry. They have several albums out on Combat. And this is one of my favorite bands. Really like them, went to see their shows all the time. And as long as we're on shirts, we're going to go ahead and change shirts with a little bit of editing magic. Now I'm wearing one of my favorite shirts from Mental Underground. They're a maker of limited edition humorous shirts and rock shirts and signs and graphics and hats and other things. This particular one says, "Tug your skirt down, your trailer park is showing." And you can see that it's pretty worn. It's one of my favorite ones, so it gets a lot of use. If you'd like to know more about Mental Underground, you'll find their Facebook link in the description section below. Also, this hat is from them. It's a Mad Max Cars hat, but it's also available through madmaxcars.com. They're a maker of movie and TV cars and an importer of Australian Ford Falcons and other muscle cars. They have hats and shirts and stickers and all sorts of stuff there. Well, it looks like that's about it for the KISS episode. Feel free to leave a comment in the comment section below and get involved in the giveaway. Let us know what you liked about the show, what you'd like to see in future episodes. We love a challenge here at the One True Collector Museum, and there's a little bit of everything here, so let us know what you'd like to see. Feel free to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and, well, I guess that's about it. I'm One True Collector, but you guys are the world of true collectors. Keep collecting, and we'll see you next time.